Think back to a time when you were at school and you had a favourite teacher. Why were they your favourite? Was it because they clearly showed they were listening to you when you were talking to them? Or was it because they took the time to get to know you? Maybe they just believed in everyone in the class. Hi everyone, I'm Natalie from MyProgression, and in this video we're going to be exploring genuine connections, what they are, the benefits of them, and how to ensure you develop these with all students. So what is a genuine connection? As educational professionals, it's likely that you'll encounter hundreds of students throughout your career and influence countless journeys and careers as a result. A genuine connection is formed when a student and educational professional are able to authentically communicate through mutual respect, openness, and honesty. There's an understanding of each other's positions and vulnerabilities. But what is a real genuine connection? A genuine connection is exactly that. Genuine. You can't fake it. You have to actually care, be yourself, and sometimes give it time. But what can prevent a genuine connection? There are a number of obstacles you may face when trying to form a genuine connection. Some of them have always been there, and some are a result of our modern world. So social media use, anxiety and mental health, trauma, and SEND are just some of the barriers you might face when communicating with your students. Over the years, the way we communicate and create connections has changed drastically, from face-to-face discussions or phone calls to texting and social media. When I was at school, it was very rare to find anyone with a mobile phone, let alone a social media account. The genuine connections I had were made by playing together after school, interacting with my teachers, or spending time with family members. But that isn't necessarily the case anymore. Statistics show that the average age for a child in the UK to get their first smartphone is 10 years old, with 39% of children having a social media account by the age of 11. The virtual boom across the last 15 years has seen a shift in the way children create connections with those around them. With social media and technology replacing the method of contact between peers, it can be harder for teachers to create genuine connections with their students. This is due to some students actually struggling to read facial cues, body language, and tone. Statistics also show that excessive use of social media in children may cause increased social anxiety, making it even harder for teachers to create their most valuable connections. Students that have had a negative experience in the past with people of authority may be particularly resistant to creating a connection, or students that have experienced childhood trauma may be apprehensive about opening up to you. Imagine a child who suffers with social anxiety discovering they had a supply teacher for the day, or a child with additional needs who already struggles making connections with others, having a new teaching assistant run their intervention. These could all be situations where a student may be feeling vulnerable, causing their behaviour to get out of hand. So why do we need genuine connections? Not only do genuine connections make for a positive and engaging classroom, but they're also proven to have benefits for the students. Studies show that positive connections cause an increase in dopamine, literally increasing the happiness of your students. Studies also show that genuine connections can lead to an improvement in students' behaviour, concentration, self-esteem, social competence, and skills. Social competence is the foundation that allows children to understand and self-regulate their emotions and interactions. So by allowing children to practice this early in their school life, the more likely they will be to form genuine connections themselves in the future. So how do we form these connections with our students? Firstly, you must be authentic. You can't pretend to be someone you're not. People see straight through that. Be honest with them and yourself about the connections you're forming and how you're doing. So take a moment for self-reflection at the end of the class or the end of the day. Really assess your relationships. Think about your body language. Trying to build a connection while stood over a child with your arms crossed is not going to help them warm to you. See our video on calm communication for more on how to make your body language work for you. And whilst you're there, like, subscribe, and click on the bell to keep hearing more from MyProgression. Naturally, building genuine connections can be easier if in a long-term or permanent position, but these methods can be just as successful for any staff on supply. And actually, genuine connections can be formed immediately. Your first impression is absolutely key. If you get this right, then it doesn't matter how long you're there for, but if you get it wrong, then you do have more opportunities to fix it. A great teacher can make a positive impact on a student, no matter how long they spend with them. Poet and civil rights activist Maya Angelou said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." When we're creating genuine connections with our students, it's important to always be conscious of how we're making them feel. Be actively curious. Taking the time to be curious about your students shows them that you're genuinely interested in them. What do they get up to at the weekend? What are their favourite hobbies? What do they enjoy doing? Not only will this help the students open up to you, but it'll also help you find mutual interests or passions. Share stories or experiences. A fantastic way to help children open up to you is to share your own experiences. If a student's upset because they're worried about an exam they have to take, share a situation that you experienced that was similar. For example, look, I understand how nerve-wracking exams can be. I remember when I was in school, I would struggle to sleep the night before a big test. It will help students to understand their own emotions and relate to you. Actively listen. If a student is talking to you but you're busy marking paperwork, they aren't going to feel heard or appreciated. Instead, show them that you're listening to them. React to what they're saying by nodding your head, smiling or laughing when you're supposed to, and try paraphrasing what they've said to you to show them that you were paying attention. This can be particularly powerful. As a student who has a busy family home, this may be the first time that day they've actually had undivided attention. Have a sense of humour. Of course, every educational professional must be professional and maintain control of their classroom. But a useful way to engage with your class could be showing your funny side. Play along with a joke or two for younger students. It might help them relax and enjoy your connections. And with older students, making jokes may help improve their respect, as long as they're appropriate. And done well, you can create a warm, fun environment. Done the wrong way, you could damage your image, cause offence, or could make someone feel like their contribution isn't valuable. Remember key points. Taking the time to remember the small things about your students, such as their birthdays, favourite colours, preferred learning styles, or even their friendship groups, can go a really long way. Admittedly, this can be harder for supply staff that haven't had the chance to learn the small things, but by asking questions, you can quickly establish key points that will help you get to know your students' likes and dislikes and find common ground. When forming these connections with students, it's important to remember to maintain boundaries. While your approach will be professional, some students may think they developed a friendship with you instead. To help maintain boundaries, ensure that any one-to-one discussions with students are within earshot or eye line of another member of staff, or always make sure the door remains open to your classroom and you're not hidden away. Don't be afraid to remind the students what the boundaries of your role are if they do begin to overstep the mark. And while this is very unlikely, be sure to make yourself aware of your school's safeguarding policies and procedures. If a student feels they've got a genuine connection with you, they may feel safe enough to make a disclosure. While there are many ways to find a connection with a student or class, everyone is different. What works for one person may not work for another. If this is the case, don't be disheartened. Try a different method or idea, and remember that the process of you trying to make a connection is probably already making one. I've been Natalie from MyProgression, and let's keep your career in motion.